I'm Chap Bettis, author of The Disciple Making Parent, and this is my audio blog, where I read some of my blog posts in audio format for your convenience. Well, in today's episode, we're going to be thinking about a parable of two kind police officers. I don't write fiction very much, but I think this may be helpful to you. There once was a boy and a girl who grew up in a small town. As these stories go, Jonathan and Amy fell in love with each other and were married. But along the way, they discovered something else they had in common. Both loved their little town and both loved serving it. In particular, Jonathan and Amy both loved keeping the peace and safety by being police officers. And so this husband and wife became officers of the law, and the community loved them. Two of their own would be serving the town. However, Jonathan and Amy soon realized that one particular aspect of their job was especially challenging. They had to give out speeding tickets. What made this a challenge was that since they grew up in the town, they were giving the tickets out to their friends and people they loved. And at first, they would just give their friends a warning. But they discovered that they were giving them lots of warnings, and the friends never seemed to change. Then they found their own hearts getting upset that they had to stop so many people. They would come home from work frustrated that their friends were not heeding their warnings. They kept speeding. Well, what were they going to do? They felt like the joy was being sucked out of their job. Finally, they decided to have breakfast with Frank, the retired policeman who had served the city for many years. They would ask his advice. After explaining the situation to them, Frank sympathized a little bit and then said, "The solution is fairly simple. The question is, will you take my advice and be consistent with it?" "Yes," they said, "anything. We love our jobs and we love the people and we're desperate." So Frank continued with the things that they needed to do. First, he told them, you must believe in the laws. Run for city council so you can change the silly speed limits. Make sure all the speed limits are realistic and an expression of love. And also, though, make sure the fines are real deterrent. A $20 ticket will probably not stop the behavior. So first, you must believe in the laws. Second, every day, get ready for work knowing that part of your job will be to give people you love speeding tickets. They'll plead with you and tell you they don't have the money, and you're going to feel torn in your heart. But if they're speeding, you must enforce the law. Remember, it's an act of love for their good. They don't realize how these laws will save their lives and save others' lives. So second, every day, get ready for work knowing that part of your job will be to give people you love speeding tickets. Third, give out your tickets with care and without anger. You can even sympathize with them. "Oh, Mrs. Jones, are you speeding through this area again? Didn't I just give you a ticket last week? Well, this time the fine has to be doubled. I hope that will help you remember next time. I'm doing this because I care." It's that simple, thought Jonathan and Amy. That was it. Jonathan and Amy had been believing that they were loving their friends by not giving tickets. Now they saw that loving their friends meant they had to give their friends tickets consistently. And that's what the couple did. First, they served on the city council so that all the speed limit laws were for people's real safety. There were no speed traps. They wanted their friends to have the maximum freedom and still have a safe, orderly community. But they also upped several fine amounts to be more effective. Second, every day, as they got ready to go to work, they knew they would encounter their friends speeding. They also knew that they would be tempted to let them off with a warning. But they knew from past experience that only a real consequence would change behavior. And third, because they went to work expecting their friends to speed, they found that they were less angry. They gave out tickets not because they were angry, but with a little tinge of sadness. And guess what happened to our little town? With better speed limits, better enforcement, and kinder policemen, the accidents in the town dropped dramatically. Jonathan and Amy found themselves better liked. The drivers knew they were breaking the law and deserved the consequence. Jonathan and Amy were happier, their friends eventually were happier, and the town was safer, all because of a change of perspective. Parents of young children, go and do likewise. Thank you for listening to the Disciple Making Parent audio blog. This post comes from the material found in our video course, Parenting with Patience, Overcoming Anger in the Home. It's a 5-week video-driven Bible study on how you can become more patient and overcome the temptation of anger. You can find more information on our website or at parentingwithpatiencestudy.com. Thanks for listening.